Am I crazy, or is the world crazy? Can Pikachu really be that strong? Is it confirmed in the video that it's Pikachu, not Lei Gong or Lightning Bird? Is it my eye problem? No, is that child named Xiaozhi really only 10 years old? Why can he see so many divine beasts at the age of 10? Unfair, this is absolutely unfair. As soon as the inventory video was released, the once peaceful world of Pokémon suddenly entered a state of shock. The Spitfire Dragon, which fights against the Frozen Bird, can suppress the restraint of the champion trainer, the Ninja Frog. The elder martial brother, whose endless fierce blood is becoming more and more powerful, is the most impressive. The Thunderbolt Warcraft, which looks cute but is actually incredibly fierce, should have been the one who flew the electric wave just now, if they were not mistaken. Crazy, crazy, the whole world is crazy. Felu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. 1. What kind of stinky fish and rotten shrimp is red-faced dragon? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ding-ling-ling. Lu Yuan got up from the soft sofa. As for why he chose to sleep on the sofa instead of lying down properly, the reason was simple. His soft and fragrant big bed was taken away by someone. No, it's a bit inappropriate to say it's human. To be more precise, it's occupied by a magical creature called the little cabby beast. Turn off the continuously ringing alarm clock and look at it at exactly noon. Well, it fits perfectly with Lu Yuan's schedule. After walking into the restroom and doing a simple wash, Lu Yuan began rummaging through boxes and cabinets at home to find dry food. It took him more than 10 minutes to finally dig out a bag of instant noodles in the corner of the kitchen. I have been saved. While cooking instant noodles, Lu Yuan was also contemplating the future direction. He is not a native of this world, but comes from a planet called Blue Star, which means he has traveled far and wide. I have traveled to a new world, a magical world with a creature called Pokémon. However, unlike the animations and comics in Lu Yuan's previous life, this world seems to be still in the early stages of elf sprouting. Although people have accepted creatures called Pokémon, their understanding of Pokémon is not deep. Not to mention the legendary Pokémon in anime, only some of the more cherished Pokémon are highly sought after in this world. Carrying the cooked noodles, Lu Yuan arrived at the computer desk and opened the computer in front of him. He logged into a video website called Xiaopa Station. As he guessed, almost 9 out of 10 videos on the recommendation section of the entire website are related to Pokémon. Bay. Everyone, what did I find in the wild? A wild green caterpillar. Shocked. The world's strongest creature. Red-faced dragon. Asterisk asterisk there are traces of the little fire dragon tribe inside, Tianyu asterisk asterisk dot. It looks like I have to return to my old job and become a video uploader. Lu Yuan said helplessly. After finally arriving in this magical world, Lu Yuan of course also wants to travel around the world with his own elves, meet and conquer various rare elves, but the reality is very cruel, it's difficult to move without money. Both parents have passed away, with no money or a house, which is even more tragic than ordinary travelers. What is even more despairing is that there is a small cabby beast in his family who only works and does not work. Not to mention traveling, if he can't make money again, he will almost starve to death. However, becoming a up owner is not an easy task. Indeed, Lu Yuan has memories of various legendary elves in his mind, but having memories alone is useless, and there is no way to edit them into videos. Headache is splitting, why not write a novel? Maybe you can also support yourself. No way. Lu Yuan quickly rejected this crazy idea. After all, writing novels in any world is a dead end. Hey, there's really no other way but to move the materials and process them at night. Although there's no way to make a lot of money, it's still possible to make a living. Just as he was preparing to compromise, a cold and emotionless voice rang out in his mind. Dear Mr. Lu Yuan, congratulations on being fortunate enough to be selected as the creator of legendary videos. You can connect to Blue Star's network through the Legend Video Editing System to capture information about Pokémon. This site is a website that connects all the existence of the Elf world. The videos you create on this website can be released to various worlds with elves. The compensation you receive will be determined by the popularity of the video you create. The golden finger has finally arrived. Finally, a smile appeared on Lu Yuan's face. Is that right? As a traveler, how could he not have a golden finger? Although it was late, he arrived. With the help of the legendary video editing system, the material problem that had been troubling Lu Yuan before was easily solved. Now there is nothing to restrain him, and it is time for him to have a big fight. As for the content of the video clip, Lu Yuan had already had an idea, and his inspiration was the top-ranked video clip he saw on Xiaopa station before. Shock. The world's strongest creature. Red-faced dragon. Red-faced dragon. The world's strongest organism. It can only be said that the people in this world are too ignorant. Let Lu Yuan let them know what is truly the strongest creature. This time, Lu Yuan must ignite the whole world. Lu Yuan, who was well versed in the art of the title party, quickly decided on the title of the video. Red-faced dragons are only allowed to carry shoes for them. List the top 10 and strongest creatures. 2. Inventory of the top 10 divine beasts. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. After fully entering the working state, the instant noodles by the table are no longer fragrant. Lu Yuan is now full of enthusiasm. All his energy is focused on video editing. I don't know how long it took, but the editing was finally almost completed. With the final copy and the exciting BGM, this finished product can only be described as perfect. Genius, Lu Yuan, you're really a damn genius. After shamelessly praising himself, Lu Yuan completed his work with satisfaction and then went to the author section of the Legend Video Editing System to directly upload the video in his hand. Everything is ready. Now it's time to patiently wait for the response of the video. Pokémon World. Shenhe Town. Zilluona held the ice cream in her left hand and kept sliding the tablet in her right hand. The shocking discovery of Lei Gong's sitting is actually an evolutionary form of the green caterpillar. In addition to his nickname, a mysterious man discovered the 9th evolutionary form of Ibrahim. Bug Ibrahim. Detective Cat teaches you to choose the initial sprite, who is the strongest of the 3 royal families. Oh, it's all about the title party. There's no interesting video at all. Zyrona sighed and swallowed the ice cream, looking not very satisfied with the video quality on the video platform. Short video is an entertainment mode that emerged in the elf world a year ago. Once it rose, it became popular throughout the elf world, and browsing videos during leisure time suddenly became the most popular form of entertainment in the elf world. However, after more than a year of development, short videos have also encountered a bottleneck, which is the serious assimilation of video content, almost all of which are works that follow the trend and plagiarize, and the rest are mostly titles. It is almost impossible to find high-quality short videos. Hey, there's no nutritious video at all. Zilluona pursed her lips, looking unhappy. She was originally planning to browse short videos for entertainment during her leisure time, but it took more than half an hour and there was not even a satisfactory video for her. Forget it, let's go translate archaeological literature. Just as Zilluona was about to shut down her tablet, a video on the video platform that was pinned to the top caught Zilluona's entire attention. Red-faced dragons are only given shoes to carry. List the top 10 and strongest creatures. Humph, what a big breath. Zilluona let out a cold snort. It is not yet clear what the top 10 strongest creatures in the video are, but there is still some understanding of the red-faced dragon, Sirona. Although in the world of elves, the red-faced dragon is inherently shameful due to its unsatisfactory appearance and low racial value. But this is just a joke for most people. If there were really a red-faced dragon in front of them, they would probably start to smell really good. The reason is very simple, that is, the red-faced dragon is the purest dragon-type magical treasure, and the dragon-type bloodline hidden in its body determines the treasure and strength of the red-faced dragon. The shame of the dragon clan is also compared to other dragon-type Pokémon. Compared to ordinary elves, the red-faced dragon is much more outstanding. Excellent attack and defense capabilities are enough to enable the red-faced dragon to stand alone in battle. Although the lack of evolutionary form makes the red-faced dragon inferior in potential compared to other dragon-type Pokémon, this is also an advantage of the red-faced dragon. The impression that dragon-type Pokémon have always given people is that they are difficult to cultivate and have a long growth period, but these shortcomings no longer exist with the red-faced dragon. Once tamed, the red-faced dragon can quickly form instant combat power, which has kept it firmly in the ranks of popular elves in the Pokémon world. Once news of the red-faced dragon's presence in the wild spreads online, trainers will soon flock to it. Ziluona doesn't know who gave this up master named Lu Yuan the courage to look down on the red-faced dragon. I guess it's another headline party. I don't even know how to watch a video like this, Helona. However, if we don't look at the specific content, how can we condemn others with righteous words? Just take a glance, just take a look. This is the power of the title party. Even though one knows that the content in the video is likely to differ significantly from the title, it still makes one want to click on it. However, this time, Helona did not make a wrong choice, and the door to the new world officially opened before her eyes. Fangyuan region. At the same time, the rock demon Daigo, who was mining in a certain mine, also opened a video pushed by a video website. Everyone has a curiosity, and former champion of Fangyuan, Daigo, naturally cannot avoid it. He is curious about what kind of elf can be called the strongest creature. Of course, Dao also had a plan to return disappointed, but even if he was deceived by the headline party, he didn't actually lose anything, nothing more than a few minutes of time. But if the content in the video matches the title, then he will make a lot of money. With a strong curiosity, Dao clicked into the video. The bloodthirsty BGM slowly sounded, and the next second, the screen began to play. 3. Ruling the world is the romance of adults. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. A large and well-decorated airship appeared in the picture. A man with light green hair looked at the mechanically trapped flame bird and chuckled, "Flame bird, no matter how hard you struggle, it's useless. You wait, soon there will be someone to accompany you." At this moment, the airship heard a cold voice from the artificial intelligence operating system. The lightning bird has invaded the territory of the flame bird. The video was only played for less than a minute, and Dao was already shocked. That's the flame bird. The legendary bird Pokémon, who controls flames with the flame bird. It is said that after being injured, one will enter the lava of the volcano and burn all over the body to heal the wound. I really saw the amazing video. Dao placed the mining shovel in his hand at his feet and chose a suitable position to lean against the rock wall. At this point, Dao was completely captivated by the content in the video, and he wanted to watch it carefully. In the Kanto region, Jinshin town. Dr. Daimu's phone has been dialed, and when he hung up, his face looked quite serious. Just by watching the beginning of the video clip, he realized the seriousness of the situation. If he had read it correctly, the captured flame bird was not an ordinary flame bird, but the flame bird with the title of Fire God in the Orange Islands. The reason why Dr. Omi was able to recognize the flame bird at a glance is because he and this flame bird are old acquaintances. The holy flame adopted by the Quartz Alliance comes from this flame bird, which was personally invited by Dr. Oki and President Yamalanki. It is precisely because of his understanding of this flamingo that Dr. Oki realized its importance to the Orange Islands. The legendary elves of the Fire God Flame Bird, Thunder God Lightning Bird, and Ice God Frozen Bird maintain the balance of the Orange Islands. Once the balance is disrupted, the consequences will be unimaginable. Dr. Daiki quickly contacted Damalanki and dispatched Kona, who was closest to the Xiaozhi Islands and on vacation on his hometown of 7 Islands, to observe the situation in the Xiaozhi Islands. I will continue to watch the video and learn about the follow-up of the situation. After successfully capturing the flame bird, the green-haired man once again caught the thunder god lightning bird with the help of an airship. However, during the process of capturing the lightning bird, a slight accident occurred, and the man captured a young man named Xiaozhi and his companions inside the airship sitting in the raised and lowered seats. The green-haired man approached the boys. It was evident that the man who had successfully captured the lightning bird was in a good mood. He walked up to the boys and chuckled, "You are the first group of people to come here without receiving an invitation letter. What do you think? The god of fire, the flame bird, and the god of thunder, the lightning bird are all my new collectibles. Is this a scenario that will happen in the future?" From this clip, Dr. Daiki quickly analyzed the timeline of the video's occurrence. Xiaozhi, Dr. Daimu will never admit it wrong. The boy appearing in the video clip is 100% his neighbor Xiaozhi. As for why Dr. Oji can be certain that this is happening in the future, it is because the current Xiaozhi has not even embarked on a journey. It will not be until September of this year, which means there are still 2 months before Xiaozhi officially becomes a Pokémon trainer. All kinds of signs tell Dr. Oki that this is a segment that will happen in the future. Dr. Daimu has already contacted the owner of the video website through the help of President Damalanki. According to the owner of the video website, their website is now in a state of confusion and has been flustered by the sudden appearance of the top video. The technical personnel of video websites have tried to remove videos, but no matter what technical means they use, even with the use of 3D dragons, they have not been able to successfully remove videos, which is simply unbelievable. But now is not the time to care about these small things. The most important thing is to pay attention to the development of the video in the future. If Dr. Oki remembers correctly, the title of the video clip is, "Red-Faced Dragon is only given to them to carry shoes, counting 10 great creatures," so it seems that the video producer wants people to see the legendary 3 gods. At the same time, the headquarters of the Guandu Area Rocket Team base. Is that Gil out? Sakaki recognized the light green-haired man appearing in the video clip. Sakaki had a chance encounter with the man who claimed to be a Pokémon collector, and in Sakaki's eyes, Gil Luta's idea was quite ridiculous. The idea of mechanically capturing legendary elves and making them collectibles is considered a waste to Sakaki. The legendary elves are treasures born in heaven. If we could capture them and only make them collectibles, it would be a waste. If you could have the legendary elves, of course you would have to conquer the world with their assistance. This is the idea that a man should have. As for Gilout's ideas, they are as childish as children. 4. Crisis of Destruction, 3 holy birds appear. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Gil Lu was unaware that Sakaki had given him a childish evaluation, and now he is proudly introducing his collection to the group of Ash who accidentally entered the airship. Perhaps due to the collector's welcome to the audience, Gilout did not intend to embarrass Xiaozhi and others. He released Xiaozhi and his team from the mechanical ball without imposing any restrictions on them, so he swaggered and placed them in the same room as the flame bird and lightning bird. Excuse me for a moment. Artificial intelligence has locked in the tracks of the frozen bird. Gil Lutai pressed the switch on the mechanical seat and returned to the main cabin, ready to tame the last frozen bird. Shanao Region, Shanha Town. Are the top 10 strongest creatures in the video title the frozen bird, flame bird, and lightning bird. In the legend of Kanto, the 3 holy birds are indeed worthy of the title of the strongest creature, but their appearance is too lackluster. Zyrona doesn't quite understand the meaning of video production. Normally, if you want to boast about the power of elves, you need to use the highlight lens of elves to brag, and the video editor shows you the side where the 3 holy birds are in trouble, which is really confusing. With strong doubts, Helona chose to continue watching. Video continues to play. To Helona's surprise, the content of the following video was not the scene she had imagined of a frozen bird being captured. The flame bird, frozen bird, lightning bird, and the three holy birds howl in the sky, intertwining and colliding with three different energies. The entire sky is shrouded in dark clouds, the earth is constantly shaking, the waves are roaring with anger, and the whole world presents signs of impending destruction. As for Gilaut's airship, it is scattered around the island like scrap metal, and it is not difficult to see from the shattered traces of the airship that it is a masterpiece of the three holy birds. In the Fengyuan area, the battle pyramid deity lightly touched his nose to calm himself down, and then asked the robust man next to him. Dala, is your frozen bird that strong? Dala and Shindai both belong to the battle leaders of the Daizhan development zone. Shindai controls the battle pyramid, while Dala controls a special building called the battle factory. Don't joke, Mr. Shindai. Dala's voice trembled as he watched the earth shake in the video. You should have seen my frozen bird before. Except for its appearance, it is completely different from the frozen bird in the video. The difference in strength can be seen with the naked eye. Although also known as the frozen bird, and even visually indistinguishable, the frozen bird in Dalaning's video is not something that his frozen bird can match. Faced with the powerful skills that destroy the sky and earth in the video, his frozen bird probably can't even withstand a comeback. Shindai slowly spoke up and said, if I'm not mistaken, the frozen bird, flame bird, and lightning bird in the video are not ordinary three holy birds. Dalabai glanced at Shindai and snorted softly, Mr. Shindai, we don't need to say that we also know how ordinary three holy birds could have such powerful power. Faced with Dala's interruption, Shindai did not get angry, but continued, in ancient literature, flame bird, freezing bird, and lightning bird also have populations. The strongest elves in the tribe will be crowned with the names of gods, namely the fire god flame bird, ice god frozen bird, and thunder god lightning bird. Combining the words of the green-haired man who appeared at the beginning of the video, it is not difficult to guess correctly that the three most powerful elves in the three holy birds tribe are currently in a major battle. Mr. Shindai won't have anything to do, will he? Asked Lila, who was somewhat worried about the War Tower Lord. Shindai's face remained unchanged and he didn't seem to be worried at all. I have already contacted President Damalanki of Kanto, and according to their analysis, the video footage this time should come from the future, so we don't have to worry yet. From the future. All the pioneering leaders around Shindai couldn't help but exclaim in surprise. The arena master, Cucumber Xiang, looked at Shindai with an incredulous expression on his face and exclaimed in surprise, Mr. Shindai, aren't you joking with us? Cucumber fragrance is a bit difficult to accept. Although there are some Pokémon in Pokémon who can predict the future, making video clips of what will happen in the future is still unheard of by Cucumber fragrance. Although it may sound unbelievable, the fact is that. At first, when hearing this, Shindai's reaction was the same as Cucumber Xiang and the others, but the fact is that, no matter how outrageous, the fact is that. Mr. Shindai, will there be nothing wrong? Lokia asked the same question again. Since she knew it was something that would happen in the future, Lokia became even more worried. The battle of the three holy birds will disrupt the natural stability maintained by the Orange Islands. If the battle in the video continues, the Orange Islands will definitely cease to exist, and the closest areas to the Orange Islands, Kanto and Chengdu, will also have a significant impact. If we have a romantic relationship, the impact will be much smaller, and as for my battle pyramid, it will not be affected in any way. When it comes to his own battle pyramid, Shindai appears quite confident. Humph. The battle superstar Hilth snorted coldly, your battle pyramid will not be affected. If the situation is not good, you can take your battle pyramid and run away at any time. Faced with Hill's angry deity, there was no intention of refuting it, and it seemed that he had acquiesced. Silence, silence, silence. Others originally thought that Shindai was confident in the quality of his battle pyramid, but they didn't expect it to be like this. Next, other pioneers couldn't help but feel a headache. Shindai was able to run away with his battle pyramid at any time, and their battle equipment couldn't move. It's really bad now. 5. Target the world's richest woman. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. The battle in the video has entered a white-hot stage. Over the Fire Island. Thunder, flames, wind and snow, the three energies are constantly intertwined and colliding in the sky. The god of thunder, the lightning bird, guides lightning through the dark clouds to continue its energy. The god of ice, the frozen bird, calls out for its wings of ice and snow to sweep through the storm. The god of fire, the flame bird, is enveloped in flames all over its body, and then the three elves collide recklessly with each other. In an instant, the earth shook and the mountains shook, the sky made a tearing sound, and the waves surged. The only fortunate thing is that Fire Island is an uninhabited island with no life on it. Otherwise, under the chaos of the three holy birds, all life would disappear at this moment. At this time, Fire Island has become a forbidden zone for life. Representing the 100,000 volts of lightning, symbolizing the burning jet flames, symbolizing the freezing rays of light, these are the simplest skills in the world of Pokémon, played with flowers in the hands of the three holy birds. The entire Fire Island has been completely covered by three types of energy, and the balance of nature has been disrupted. Everything seems unstoppable. The Orange Archipelago, created through thousands of years of hard work by its ancestors, is about to disappear into thin air. The natural anger began to spread rapidly outward from the center of the Fire Island, with towering waves, angry hurricanes, and the roar of thunder. The end is coming soon. The elves living around the Fire Island gathered together, trembling and trembling. The natural anger completely destroyed these wild Pokémon. The only thing they could do now was pray for a miracle to stop the three holy birds from fighting and return to their own island. But will this really happen? Even the most optimistic person or Pokémon knows that this is just their wishful thinking. Once the stable triangle is broken, it will not return to the past. At this moment, the eyes of the three holy birds were empty except for their opponents. What about the destruction of the world, and how countless creatures would die in their battles? They showed no concern and let their opponents kneel down to conquer and seize the power that originally belonged to them. This was the only thought in their minds at this moment. In the sky of Fangyuan hunting area, an airship is slowly flying hidden in the clouds. Inside the airship, Hunter J, a famous poacher in the Fangyuan area, is eagerly watching the video on the screen. Are the three holy birds? If we can catch them, we can definitely make a big profit. Sir, we won't go poaching the three holy birds, will we? Upon hearing Hunter J's self-talk, his subordinates began to panic. Hunter J scanned his crew inside the airship and said coldly, "Are you afraid? Are you afraid? Isn't this something obvious? It is only natural for subordinates to be afraid." With the strength demonstrated by the three holy birds in the video, it is worth considering whether they can escape even if they want to capture them. Looking at the timid henchman in front of him, Hunter J showed a disdainful expression and secretly thought to himself, no wonder these guys, at an advanced age, can only play the role of small subordinates in the poaching group. The guy who has no ambition and hesitates when faced with difficulties has achieved such success in his life. But her Hunter J is different. She is dedicated to becoming the wealthiest person in reality, and she won't stop her steps. You heard it right, Hunter J's dream is different from most people. Trainers, researchers, coordinators, breeders, and so on are not Hunter J's pursuits. Hunter J's dream cannot be any simpler, it is just to become a wealthy person. She was able to pay any price for it, poaching elves, acting as a thug for evil organizations, and as long as she could make money, Hunter J would go back and do it. So it's hard to imagine the joy and excitement in Hunter J's heart when he saw the three holy birds. Hunter J has already sent someone to investigate, and the popularity of this new video that suddenly appeared on video websites and was topped can be described as terrifying. Anyone in the world of Pokémon who can surf the internet has already seen this video. This naturally includes the wealthy billionaires in Pokémon world. The legendary elf with the power of destroying heaven and earth, as long as she can capture it, there is no problem selling it for any amount of money. As long as she does this well, perhaps her long-standing dream can be realized. How could Hunter J resist such a charming temptation? She had already made a decision in her heart. Producer Lu Yuan. Hunter J firmly remembers this name in his heart, and he also wants to know whether this video producer named Lu Yuan has such extraordinary skills to edit such an amazing video. I really hope to meet you again, Mr. Lu Yuan. Hunter J's face showed a long-lost smile. The new book sets sail, seeking everything. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The author is also an old author of elf writing, and his character can be guaranteed. The new book sets sail for all data. Flowers up to 1000 plus 1 watch. Monthly ticket up to 10 plus 1 watch. Evaluation votes up to 150 plus 1 change. 20 comments will also be updated. If you want to exhaust the author, just give me some data, kneel down and beg. Flowers up to 1000 plus 1 watch. Monthly ticket up to 10 plus 1 watch. Evaluation votes up to 150 plus 1 change. 20 comments will also be updated. If you want to exhaust the author, just give me some data, kneel down and beg. Flowers up to 1000 plus 1 watch. Monthly ticket up to 10 plus 1 watch. Evaluation votes up to 150 plus 1 change. 20 comments will also be updated. If you want to exhaust the author, just give me some data, kneel down and beg. Flowers up to 1000 plus 1 watch. Monthly ticket up to 10 plus 1 watch. Evaluation votes up to 150 plus 1 change. 20 comments will also be updated. If you want to exhaust the author, just give me some data, kneel down and beg. 6. The God of Ocean Currents, Lokia, Seeking Flowers. You are listening at novelfull.audio. What Hunter J doesn't know is that the mysterious person with a wrist that stretches to the sky in her mouth is now figuring out how to solve the dinner headache. Little cabby beast, you bastard. Lu Yuan shouted angrily at the little cabby beast lying on the sofa, didn't I tell you not to move the refrigerator? It's our weekly reserve of dry food inside. Lu Yuan really wished he could cut the little cabby beast to pieces. The food in the refrigerator was kept by Lu Yuan for emergency use. Unexpectedly, in just a few hours of editing the video, he was completely wiped out by the little cabby beast. It's really bad now. Lu Yuan's pant pockets are cleaner than his face. Are you going to be hungry tonight? Lu Yuan was really on the verge of collapse, thinking that he was just a passerby, yet he still had to taste the feeling of hunger. Shame, it's really embarrassing. It's embarrassing for our fellow travelers. Just compared. Faced with Lu Yuan's accusations, little cabby beast also looked innocent. Isn't it normal for elves to eat when they're hungry? What's so surprising about it? Quartz Plateau, Elf Alliance Office. Damalanki and the 4 heavenly kings of Kanto have all arrived, and everyone is sitting together, watching the content of the video with serious expressions. The Battle of the 3 Holy Birds took place in the Orange Islands, not far from Kanto. Once, as shown in the video, the 3 legendary elves guarding the Orange Islands engage in an unprecedented battle, then besides the Orange Islands, Kanto will definitely be the most severely affected. Kanto is the birthplace and headquarters of the Elf Alliance. If all the headquarters of the Elf Alliance were destroyed in the Battle of the 3 Holy Birds, then the joy would really be great. Even losing face is not enough to describe such humiliation. More importantly, apart from face-saving issues, there is a high possibility of major riots in various areas under the jurisdiction of the entire elf. This world is not as peaceful as imagined. Hidden under tranquility are surging dark waves, and a major crisis is certain to occur. Evil organizations hiding in the dark will definitely come out and cause trouble. At that time, the Elf Alliance will have to deal with both disasters and evil organizations, which will be a very big test. Fortunately, the early release of the video gave the senior officials of the Elf Alliance, led by Damalanki, the time to react. They dispatched a special operation organization to search for the whereabouts of Lotta as early as possible. As long as Lotta, who caused the disaster, can be successfully arrested, the disaster will not occur in the future. In a sense, Lu Yuan has also been a big help to the Elf Alliance. What is that current? Du, who was watching the video, suddenly exclaimed in surprise. Everyone was first surprised, and then they saw an incredible scene in the video. In the picture, a sea current shatters the ice surface and rises into the sky, and the rotating sea current directly throws away the three holy birds fighting fiercely in the sky. The sudden accident also surprised the three holy birds. They never expected that someone would dare to intervene in their battle on their own territory. Who could it be? At this moment, a huge black shadow rose up along the current, and the rotating current quickly dissipated upon reaching its peak. The giant creature hiding in the current finally revealed its true appearance in front of everyone. It is also a large bird Pokémon. Even though the sky is shrouded in dark clouds and lacks any vision, its silver-white feathers still emit dazzling light, making it look so sacred, noble, and untouchable. The blue protrusion on the back adds a touch of rugged color, making people fearful. What kind of elf is this and why it appears here? This is what all the viewers watching the video are most curious about at this moment. Video producer Lu Yuan had long guessed that such a situation would happen, and he thoughtfully prepared narration subtitles on the side of the video. Inventory of the top 10 strongest divine beasts in the elf world, ranked 10th, God of Weather, Airflow, and Ocean Current, Lokia. The inventory has officially begun at this moment. The audience who saw the narration subtitles were so surprised that they couldn't even close their mouths. They had always believed that the Fire God Flame Bird, Thunder God Lightning Bird, and Ice God Frozen Bird, which appeared at the beginning of the video, were members of the top 10 strongest divine beasts. However, what they did not expect was that the appearance of the three holy birds was only to introduce Lokia. Even the three holy birds, which can destroy the world, can only serve as a stepping stone and act as green leaves. Who is Lokia truly sacred? Quartz Plateau, Elf Alliance Office. Lokia. It's actually Lokia. Du and Kona could no longer sit still and stood up with a swipe, clearly shocked by the sprite appearing in the video. Is anyone watching? You are listening at novelfull.audio. If someone reads it, the author will become even more popular. Everyone has flowers, and those who have a review vote will vote. This is really important for the author. The author is also an old author of elf writing, and his character can be guaranteed. The new book sets sail for all data. Flowers up to 1000 plus 1 watch. Monthly ticket up to 10 plus 1 watch. Evaluation votes up to 150 plus 1 change. 20 comments will also be updated. If you want to exhaust the author, just give me some data, kneel down and beg. Flowers up to 1000 plus 1 watch. Monthly ticket up to 10 plus 1 watch. Evaluation votes up to 150 plus 1 change. 20 comments will also be updated. If you want to exhaust the author, just give me some data, kneel down and beg. Flowers up to 1000 plus 1 watch. Monthly ticket up to 10 plus 1 watch. Evaluation votes up to 150 plus 1 change. 20 comments will also be updated. If you want to exhaust the author, just give me some data, kneel down and beg. Flowers up to 1000 plus 1 watch. Monthly ticket up to 10 plus 1 watch. Evaluation votes up to 150 plus 1 change. 20 comments will also be updated. If you want to exhaust the author, just give me some data, kneel down and beg. The author is also an old author of elf writing, and his character can be guaranteed. The new book sets sail for all data. Flowers up to 1000 plus 1 watch. Monthly ticket up to 10 plus 1 watch. Evaluation votes up to 150 plus 1 change. 20 comments will also be updated. If you want to exhaust the author, just give me some data, kneel down and beg. Flowers up to 1000 plus 1 watch. Monthly ticket up to 10 plus 1 watch. Evaluation votes up to 150 plus 1 change. 20 comments will also be updated. If you want to exhaust the author, just give me some data, kneel down and beg. Flowers up to 1000 plus 1 watch. Monthly ticket up to 10 plus 1 watch. Evaluation votes up to 150 plus 1 change. 20 comments will also be updated. If you want to exhaust the author, just give me some data, kneel down and beg. Flowers up to 1000 plus 1 watch. Monthly ticket up to 10 plus 1 watch. Evaluation votes up to 150 plus 1 change. 20 comments will also be updated. If you want to exhaust the author, just give me some data, kneel down and beg. The author is also an old author of elf writing, and his character can be guaranteed. The new book sets sail for all data. Flowers up to 1000 plus 1 watch. Monthly ticket up to 10 plus 1 watch. Evaluation votes up to 150 plus 1 change. 20 comments will also be updated. If you want to exhaust the author, just give me some data, kneel down and beg. Flowers up to 1000 plus 1 watch. Monthly ticket up to 10 plus 1 watch. Evaluation votes up to 150 plus 1 change. 20 comments will also be updated. If you want to exhaust the author, just give me some data, kneel down and beg. Flowers up to 1000 plus 1 watch. Monthly ticket up to 10 plus 1 watch. Evaluation votes up to 150 plus 1 change. 20 comments will also be updated. If you want to exhaust the author, just give me some data, kneel down and beg. Flowers up to 1000 plus 1 watch. Monthly ticket up to 10 plus 1 watch. Evaluation votes up to 150 plus 1 change. 20 comments will also be updated. If you want to exhaust the author, just give me some data, kneel down and beg. 7. 1 against 3 Lokia, seeking flowers and evaluations. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. The names of Du, born in Chengdu, and Kona and Lokia, born on the 7 islands, are not unfamiliar. Strictly speaking, the two also grew up listening to the legend of Lokia. Du and Kona have always regarded Loch Adam as a legendary and mythological creature, and it is not difficult to understand why Du and Kona were so surprised when they suddenly saw elves that were originally only circulated in literary legends in the real world. Although they have never seen Lokia before, Du and Kona did not suspect that the creatures depicted in the video were fabricated. The giant bird Pokémon, the terrifying presence that can suppress the 3 holy birds, and its appearance in ocean currents all indicate that the mysterious creature depicted in the video is indeed the true owner of Lokia. After being surprised, Du also breathed a sigh of relief. His previously tense mood gradually eased, and he comforted Kikuko, Hiba, Damalanki, and other Alliance officials in the office. Lokia has already appeared, and the crisis of the 3 holy birds should be almost over. We can finally breathe a sigh of relief. After listening to Du's words, Shiba was also surprised. Du, you know the creature called Lokia in the video. Those who are familiar can no longer be familiar. You just need to remember the legendary elves that Lokia may be comparable to the Phoenix King. Feng Wang. Now even Xiaozhi, who had always been calm, couldn't sit still. Lokia is a strange taboo for Kikuko, but the story of the Phoenix King is different. Although the legend of the Phoenix King is mainly spread in the Chengdu region, most people in the Kanto region have also heard of the story of the Phoenix King. In the Charred Tower, resurrect the dead life. This is an ancient divine beast with the power of resurrection. I didn't expect Lokia to be a powerful existence on par with the Phoenix King. It seems that everyone can really breathe a sigh of relief. With the presence of Lokia, the riots that erupted in the Orange Islands can finally come to an end. While everyone was talking, the computer on the table continued to play videos. In the picture, as soon as Lokia appeared, he gave the three holy birds a warning, and the three holy birds hit by the ocean currents suffered varying degrees of damage. The appearance of Lokia immediately alerted the three holy birds, who had lived in the Orange Islands for many years. Of course, the three holy birds were aware of Lokia's terror. Under tremendous pressure, the three holy birds abandoned all their discord and began to attack Lokia together. The person who knows oneself the best is their enemy. After fighting and killing for so many years, the three holy birds have already developed a tacit understanding that ordinary people cannot understand. Although they are enemies, once they cooperate, they will explode with incredible power. The golden 100,000 volts, light blue freezing light, and red jet flames intertwine to form a brand new force. Triple attack. This is a skill composed of three different types of light mixed together, and the three different energies mutually promote each other, elevating the power of the skill to a new level. What's even more terrifying is that once concentrated by this energy, it is very likely to fall into a state of paralysis, burns, or freezing. Dr. Daiki from the Daiki Research Institute took crazy notes when he saw this scene in the video. It's unbelievable that triple attacks have always been believed to only be able to be used by one elf. Unexpectedly, three elves using different energies can also form triple attacks, and the power of this new triple attack is even more terrifying and terrifying. However, from an observation perspective, it is not an easy task to create such an attack, which requires elves to have 100% control over the energy they emit. This may be a secret story unique to the three holy birds. In no time, Dr. Daiki's notebook had already recorded a densely packed area. The battle in the video does not mean to stop and continues. Lokia also realized the approaching danger and let out a crisp cry in the air. Amidst the chirping, a heart-wrenching scene emerged, with cracks constantly appearing on the frozen sea surface. Ocean currents surged into the sky, and countless currents formed a whirlpool that guarded Lokia. The triple attack formed by the three holy birds is isolated by ocean currents and does not cause any damage to Lokia. This is too abnormal. Shiba couldn't help but burst out the exit. This really can't be blamed on Hiba, it can only be blamed on Lokia's amazing strength. Even if the combat power is strong, it's okay. Lokia seems to still hold power, and all the ocean currents seem to be under Lokia's control. Why bother fighting? As long as the home ground is in the sea, Lokia can control the ocean currents to consume opponents infinitely, which means that Lokia is almost invincible in the sea. This is the power of the god of ocean currents. 8. Lokia only ranks 10th. Seeking fresh flowers. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After watching the scene of Lokia manipulating the ocean currents in the video, everyone finally understood that this creature named Lokia was no longer just a Pokémon, perhaps using deity to describe it more appropriately this time. The turn of the three holy birds has come to an end, and now it's Lokia's turn to attack. Suddenly, without any warning, Lokia, who was hiding in the ocean currents, rushed towards the flame bird at such a fast speed that the flame bird did not react at all. The two elves were almost in a face-to-face state, and Lokia did not give the flame bird a chance to dodge. The originally empty sky suddenly saw waves, directly devouring the flame bird inside. Upon seeing this scene, the lightning bird and the frozen bird were first startled, and then immediately began a series of bombings on Lokia. Their intelligence is not low, and it is clear that only with the joint efforts of the three holy birds can they barely compete with Lokia. Once the flame bird leaves the battlefield, what awaits them is being defeated by Lokia one by one, which they cannot accept. So, they gently suppressed their anger towards the flame bird and offered their help. However, will things really be as simple as they believe? Faced with the incoming lightning and snow, Lokia didn't even turn back, and his simple protective skills isolated all damage. Waving his huge wings, Lokia looked down expressionlessly at the flame bird engulfed by the waves. The flame bird inside the waves attempts to evaporate the waves through flames, but the waves summoned by Lokia himself are clearly not comparable to ordinary waves. No matter how hard it tries, the waves do not lose a penny. Gradually, the flame bird's stamina began to run out. On this day, it was first captured by Gil Luther's airship, and then engaged in 300 rounds of battles with Lightning Bird and Freezing Bird. Finally, it was targeted by its nominal superior, Lokia. The flame bird, no matter how strong, could not withstand it. Breathing began to weaken, wings slowly sinking, and the flame bird realized that something was wrong with its situation. If it continued to stay in the waves, there might be a risk of death. Death, such a ridiculous word. After living for hundreds of years, the flame bird never imagined that it would be so close to death. There is no time to hesitate. The flame bird's mouth kept emitting a mournful cry, and it began to beg for mercy. It is unbelievable that the flame bird, which was once invincible 10 minutes ago and seemed like a demon of destruction, began begging for mercy like a child 10 minutes later. The contrast between the two is too great to accept for a moment. The video is finally coming to an end here. The flame bird has already given up, and there is no need for the lightning bird and the freezing bird to continue their hard work. The three of them joined forces to barely compete with Lokia. Now the small team of three has disbanded, and if they continue to fight, they will not gain any benefits except for being beaten up by fat. After calming down, the lightning bird and the frozen bird looked at Lokia with fear, then turned around and left the Fire Island, fleeing towards their respective landmine island, Nice Island. The crisis has finally been resolved. At the end of the video, a child with Pikachu rides on Lokia and unleashes his joy in the sky. Viewers who have watched the previous video can easily recognize this as a young man named Xiaozhi. Rescuing the lightning bird and flame bird from Galata's hands, and also attempting to stop the chaos of the three holy birds, Xiaozhi successfully won the favor of Lokia with his kindness and love for elves. That's why the last scene came about. The video ends. The subtitles first appeared in the center of the screen. The video inventory has ended, and the elf who won the top 10 of the top 10 strongest divine beasts is the god of weather, airflow, and ocean currents, Lokia. Seeing the subtitles that appeared at the end of the video, all the viewers were shocked. The faces of Du, Shiba, Kona, Xiaozhi, and Damalanki in the quartz conference room showed astonishment and disbelief. There is only one reason that surprised them so much, which is that in the video, Lokia, who appears to be a heavenly deity descending to earth and has no fighting power against the three holy birds, only ranks 10th on the inventory list. Du rubbed his temples vigorously, trying to calm himself down. The subtitle that ranked Lokia in 10th place was not the first time it appeared, and it also appeared as a voiceover midway through the video playback. However, previously, everyone's attention was focused on Lokia's appearance and there was no time to consider anything else, so there were no doubts raised at the time. However, now that the video has ended, the final subtitle naturally attracted everyone's attention. Just kidding, Lokia can only rank 10th. The first person to question is Kona. As a trainer who grew up listening to the legend of Lokia from a young age, Lokia's position in Kona's heart is quite special. In Kona's view, if there really is a list of divine beasts, even if Lokia's strength cannot be ranked first, it is not a big problem to sit second and look third. But what Kona didn't expect was that this video producer named Lu Yuan only placed Lokia in the 10th place, which Kona couldn't accept at all.